my DR8. Patterned it up. Yeah, DR8 all stripped down. Patterned it up with patterned up the plastics and all that shit with GT85. Yeah, and the gears are patterned up mostly with WD40. These gears, not so much the planetary gears. The planetary gears were alright, but as per video a few weeks ago I made, where the DR8 was fully assembled, and basically I was going to take it out for a run, but everything seized up and all that. There was a lot of rust and stuff, you know what I mean, especially on these input gears, or output gears, or whatever they're called. Yeah, quite a lot of rust around it. So I basically soaked everything, put everything in a tub separately, and soaked it, drowned it with WD-40, and left it there for over a week, you know what I mean? So basically cleaned it up the other day and just left it there. So I'm just basically making a vid in it. This is all the internals, you know what I mean? It's saved, man, minus the ball bearings, but we'll come to that in a minute. But the crown gear looks not bad, you know what I mean? I don't know if you can see in the light, man, but yeah, most of the rust have come off it. Even there was rust here. There's rust along here. These cups, these drive cups as well. Yeah, even the washers. I left the washers in there because there's washers that sit behind the cup, the drive cup. I think I left one in there just to show. Where is it? I'm sure I left a couple of washers. Maybe I ripped them out, but there's washers, couple of washers that sit onto the drive, these drive cups, before you put on the the hub, not the hub, before you put this thing on. Oh yeah, here, it sits on here. They're the washers here. You see the two washers that sit on this CVD dog bone thingamajig. Yeah, so a couple of them here. A couple of them have been destroyed, innit, you know what I mean? Bent and twisted and all kinds, you know what I mean? So but I've got replacements for that. We get to that in a minute. But yeah, so it's come out all right, man. Soaking it with WD-40. I put a bit of GT85 on, especially on these parts again. Left it to soak. I had GT85 there, but I bought some more as per video, quick video this morning, innit, you know what I mean? But yeah, as I said, soaked it with mostly WD-40 though, and just left it there for over a week soaking, and that's the results, you know what I mean? Yeah, you can see, looks like most of the rust is gone, man. So couple of ball bearings here. These are the ball bearings that have been saved. These ball bearings are saved, you know what I mean? And they're not rubber sealed. In this truck, the ball bearings are not rubber sealed. I don't know about now, because I bought this truck 4 years ago, the FTX DR8, and it was basically the version 1, innit? I don't know if it's been upgraded since, but my truck has got just normal ball bearings, not shielded, not rubber sealed ball bearings, you know what I mean? So yeah, but these are the fucked ball bearings. These are the ones I couldn't save with all the washers and all that shit, you know what I mean? But as I said, we get onto the washers in a minute, because I bought this hub extenders to fit on all 4 corners of the DR8 of the truck. Just put these old washers on the side so I don't get mixed up with old and new, although you can see the new washers. And I think these washers, these are the hubs. It comes with its own wheel nut, because apparently it says that you have to use the supplied wheel nuts that come with this kit in it. I'm missing a wheel nut. No, I'm not. Wheel nuts here. So yeah, you got to use the supplied wheel nuts. So obviously any other wheel nuts, it won't work. This is the fast track one. Fast 920. Fast 920. That's the part number. 1/8 50mm extended hub adapters. 1/8 50mm extended hub adapters. Fast track. Cheap, they're about 16 quid, 16.99 or something. So give them a go, because I was running, if I can find the bloody thing, I did have extended hub adapters on this truck, as I mentioned, but they were shit. The wheels kept flying off. Couple of wheels and shit kept flying off and that. So not sure, but they're longer. These are the hub extenders I was using on this DR8. You can see, yeah, it's slightly longer, but I used to run this on my Armour Typhoon back in the day when I had a Typhoon, but I've sold the Typhoon, innit? So it's basically for armour vehicles, innit? Armour rigs. So yeah, the wheel kept falling off. I think it was the rear. One of the wheels kept falling off all the time, so I thought I'll give these fast track ones a go and see, innit, as it comes with this old wheel nut. Of course, you got the pin. You just use the original pins, which I've got. Yeah, I've got the original pins to build this car up. But this is the washers. These are the replacement washers, and I think these washers go on here like that. They're sitting there like that, you know what I mean? As I mentioned, this is the original washers that come out the DR8. So let me try and pull that out, or just fit the new one onto this, so I can get rid of all these washers, you know what I mean? Because I saw washers with this kit, this adapter kit I bought, and I was wondering where the washers go, and I think they're the replacement washers that fit here. And because they're thicker, they're thicker than the original washers, but the original washers that comes with the car is 2. You got 2 washers. You see, there's 2. There's 2 of them. 2 washers on here. See, 1, 2. See if you get the light. But this one is just one thick. It's just one and it's thicker. So the two will be probably the same thickness as this new one here. So yeah, because the washers, these washers don't go anywhere else. So I'm thinking that's where it fits. It fits onto these wheel axles before you put your crap on, you know what I mean? So yeah, but what else? I've also got, as per little video I did this morning, fast FTX 9637R, FTX 9637R, FTX DR8 rear aluminium 5mm CNC shock tower red, in it. So I'm gonna bang that on because this is the original rear shock tower, and it had a split down it. You can see the split there. You see the split by my finger, just split there, just by my finger. I don't know if it'll show up, but as I was straightening out this shock tower now, because it bent, you know what I mean, the split started getting worse. So I've straightened out this shock tower plenty of times before anyway. So it's the weak point here, innit? Yeah, so it started to split and whatnot. So I decided to upgrade. I don't know. Well, this is supposed to be CNC, innit? This one is CNC. CNC aluminium shock tower. So I suppose this is an upgrade, innit? So I slapped that on. The front shock tower is alright on this DR8, so I don't really worry about changing anything. When it breaks, then upgrade, you know what I mean? Even these front and rear braces, the front brace here, the rear brace, it's never been broken, you know what I mean? So not really no need to upgrade it at the moment. And I've actually got a new set of these rear braces as well. So if that one breaks, I use the other one I got in the packet, which I bought years ago. But yeah, so I got all this shit to put together on my DR8. All this shit to pattern up, you know what I mean? Get busy with it, Lizzie. So the ESC now, I might change out the ESC because I was running that Max 5 Hobby Wing ESC, the last run of this truck, but I might put another Max 6 in it, Hobby Wing Max 6, and maybe keep the 1100 kV motor in it, which I still got. This is the 1100 kV motor, or maybe switch it back to a 1650 kV motor. I don't know, you know what I mean? But also the center diff. I'm gonna have to check out the center diff as well, man. In this truck, just to make sure. Although I've not that long serviced this center diff, but the center diff looks alright, man, I think. But with the front and rear diff in this truck, it hasn't been serviced for years. The last time I stripped this truck down, because I bought a new chassis and all that shit, you know what I mean, from a video a few years back, stripped it down. This is a second chassis I've got with this DR8. That's when I changed out the front and rear diff, I think. Yeah, and I haven't changed it since, and that was over a couple of years ago. So yeah, and there's no diff oil in the front and rear diff. The case, the casing, or the bulkhead, front and rear bulkhead casing, had the grease turned to patty, like tar, black tar. You know what I mean? That's how long that's how long I didn't open up the front and rear diff, you know what I mean? Same, the front diff was the same. The grease was all mucky and turned to tar, so yeah. But it seems like with this coming back to these diffs and whatnot, nothing's stripped. Most of it was just rust in it, you know what I mean? From running the truck in wet and not servicing it straight away and whatnot. So yeah, anyway, leave this video here, man. Been chatting for a long time.